online world. This is Off the Record with Mikey Bustos.
Hey, that's my line. That's my line.
No, it's my line now. I'm taking over the show, you see.
Oh, please make me a YouTube hit also, Mikey. Right here on Off the Record, I'm gonna claim it. I am with my cousin. I am with my relative. Yeah, Mikey Bustos is in the house. How are
Hi,
you,
guys.
Mikey?
I'm okay. I'm all right. It's nice to finally meet you, another Bustos clan member.
I've been, meaning to tell you, Mikey, that literally I get this question every time, maybe 100 questions already. If they know me, they know Migs Bustos, or they get to know me, they always ask first, are you related to Mikey Bustos? And the answer is
Yes, of
yes.
course, because there aren't very many of us, and we all come from Pampanga. Your lolo's from Pampanga?
Yes, Makabebe.
Huh? Yours?
Makabebe.
Makabebe?
Yes, I first
Okay,
said,
my lolo too.
yeah, because I first said to you from Masantol, but then I checked with my dad. And then, yeah, Makabebe, legit.
Oh my God, we're totally blood related.
Yep. And yeah, that's what, like what you told me also when we were chatting, lahat naman ng Bustos, halos lahat naman ng Bustos, if it's from Pampanga, more or less they're all related.
Tama.
Yeah.
I actually have two other close friends, Bustos din.
Bustos din.
Yeah, and for sure we're related from Pampanga too.
Yeah. To be honest, I'll be honest, I don't know much relatives na Bustos from Pampanga.
Oh,
I mean,
I met a few, yeah, around the world too.
Around the world. But
Yeah,
I will get to know first the family roots. My dad's name is Alfredo. So he is the son of Alfonso. That's my lolo.
Oh,
What about you?
I see. My dad is Jerry Bustos, but my lolo is Jacobo Fajardo Bustos. So also from Pampanga.
From Pampanga.
So baka our lolos are somehow related.
Yeah. So yun. So yeah, baby, that's the whole family tree on how we're going to dissect the whole Bustos family clan. But then so I hope for everyone who's watching this vlog now with Mikey, sana maraming mga Bustos na lumabas, and then comment away if you feel like we're all related from Masantol, Macabebe, Pampanga. Please do, and connect with us with my cousin or at least relative Mikey Bustos. All right, so Mikey, thank you so much for joining us here on Off the Record.
Thank you.
Mikey, all right, so I just want to get to know you more.
Okay.
Of course, the online sensation, you have evolved into so many things, from parodies to entertainment and to endorsements. But I know also, Mikey, that you also earlier in your career that you also joined Canadian Idol. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, so can you tell us more about the life journey of Mikey Bustos?
Oh man, well, I mean, growing up, I always was a singer. I was always singing, and I always felt like my purpose in this world was to sing. So I constantly trained well into high school, even college, and in university first year. That's when I was going to school to be a veterinarian, and I decided to just quit school because I really wanted to be an entertainer. And then, I tried out for Canadian Idol in 2003. It was season 1, and I placed 8th in the show, and that started me off working in entertainment business. Tapos in 2010, I started my YouTube channel now, and I went viral as a comedian. So somehow I was able to mix music and comedy together. And that's how the parodies were born.
Yeah. But, kumbaga, I have this perception of you and your other creators, also content creators, that you've paved the way for YouTube creators now. But what was it like back then when you were starting? When we were all exploring first what YouTube was?
Yeah, back then, having a YouTube channel, a place where you uploaded videos and people can follow you expecting the same content, was kind of new. Even though there were already established channels now, it was kind of new, especially in the Filipino community. Before me, there was Moy Moy Palaboy, who I think were the very first big viral sensations here in the Philippines. And yeah, community was a bit smaller. Back then, you could not monetize on every video. The video had to have a certain amount of views first before you were approved, and then you had to apply. It was such a big process. So back then, most YouTubers were doing it mostly for fun instead of. And then somehow, like later, brands started to reach out to me. It was new back then. And then ano pa? Oh, quality wasn't so much important thing, like the production value, like high-tech equipment, lights, and all of this. We could just film. I was filming out of a simple webcam, my videos.
Yeah.
And yeah, so things were a lot more simple back then.
Yeah. So can you date to us? Because I was researching on your YouTube channel. Dami na, sobrang daming videos, like 900 plus videos. But
Yeah.
what were the most, kumbaga, key videos that you made na parang made you like be there in the map?
I think my first in the comedy channel, right?
Yeah.
On the comedy channel, my first viral video, well, also in my whole life, was called the Filipino Accent Tutorial.
Hey there, Spider. This is your boy, Mikey Bustos.
I just put on a barong and then I like put on my best Filipino accent and I teach the viewer how to speak the Pinoy way, English.
Palo, flip, pak, Filipino, Philippines, family, snowflake, tik, tit, beneath, diesel, breath.
And it was really just inspired by my parents. 'Cause I grew up in Toronto, but like, but somehow my parents still have a Filipino accent.
Yeah.
And I'm able to copy them. And in fact, I'm angry, it comes out. So I created a video about that, and that's the one that went viral. So that video. And then other videos, the parodies really started to take off too. Balik Bayan Box is one of them.
I got my Balikbayan box, so pull up imported products.
Also, some of the original funny musical videos, I did like a Filipino mythical creatures rap with the duende and the capre and all of that, sirena, white lady. That one did really well too. And there are a lot of kids who still know the lyrics to it,
Yeah.
even if it's like 5 years old.
Yeah.
And then also, one of my biggest videos, I think, my whole YouTube journey is I Wear Speedos, it's called. It's a Cito parody where I walk around, I dance around some beach.
Yeah, I saw that. I also like Mikey, the Prom D and the Saucy.
Which one?
The Prom D and the Saucy.
Oh, you like
jingle.
that?
Yeah, I like that.
That was
like
one of the hardest videos. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I must imagine you must go to like a hotel and then you go to a Caribelia
Yes.
next. Yeah, I mean,
Yes, yes.
I'm amazed on how the production, the behind the scenes preparations, and no, behind that is on how you compose the lyrics. Diba? I mean,
Okay.
the artist in you. Diba? What is
Thank
the
you, thank
process
you.
usually like?
Well, I've always loved to songwrite. So writing the parodies is kind of, it's easier for me because it's like the hardest part of the songwriting process is done. There's already a melody and a rhythm. I just need to fit in clever words in there. So I enjoy that challenge. Usually my parodies I write while I'm in transit, like when I'm in an airplane or a car. And I'm getting fidgety. I'm getting like, I have to do something when I'm bored. So I just like put together a parody.
Yeah.
While I'm traveling.
Yeah. Pero yun nga, no, I'll go back, Mikey, to the, well, we can all relate that we have Filipino relatives abroad. And yeah,
Yes.
that was one of the videos that really like, yeah, I could see like my tito in that or like my lola in that. But then, yeah, what was it like, a Filipino growing? I know you grew up in Canada, but what was it like growing in that setting, diba? In a foreign land, but with a Filipino community?
Yes, it was. Well, I grew up with Canadian kids mostly, like Caucasians, and it's you don't really think about culture until you're a bit older. Like when you're a teenager, and like cliques start to form, and parang like I felt like I didn't fit in, sort of. Like I felt like the rest of the kids in my brain, but outside I didn't look like them. So that was kind of a weird thing to navigate through in life. So I think because I grew up abroad and not in the Philippines, I had a sort of what's this called? I gravitated towards anything Filipino because it was who I am. And you know, when I first came to the Philippines as an adult in 2006, I was like, oh my God, I, it was something spiritual. Like my DNA just was sort of like, resonating with the Philippines. So I think that's partially why I do what I do today, because growing up, I had a longing for Filipino culture and knowing who I am and who my ancestors were like that.
Yeah. And you moved here for good. Few years.
I would
Almost 10
say
years.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
how was that decision like for you? What made you move here to the Philippines for good?
Yeah. So after Canadian Idol, I tried to pursue music abroad. Even moved to US for a little bit to try to get a contract there. And after that, I decided, hey, why don't I give Philippines a chance? Growing up, it's like, oh, you can be an artista in the Philippines. Look at Sam Milby, look at JR. I'm like, okay, yeah, I could do this. So I hooked up with a manager who tried to introduce me to the Filipino showbiz machine. And of course, I didn't make it just as a singer. Because at the time, there was Chris Lawrence, and I looked like Chris Lawrence. And also, like, it wasn't my time. And it also wasn't the right aesthetic. And so what happened was I gave up showbiz for a while, moved back to Canada, and YouTube happened.
Yeah.
And as a comedian this time. So when I came back to Philippines, it was Chicharon ni Mang Juan, a brand, and Jill.
Yeah.
That flew me to Philippines to shoot some commercials based on my tutorial comedy videos. And then when I saw, I'm like, hey, maybe this is my chance to, my fourth shot to try to make it in the Philippines. And it was really, I signed with GMA at the time. And that's what really was, the time was right for me to stay. So I moved here.
Yeah. Do you feel like, Mikey, that pioneering this platform now, the online platform, when you sum it all up from your life experiences, where do you think that this was your destiny? This is your destiny, and how are you going to grow that where you are now?
Absolutely not. No. I think life showed me a way with sort of like this whole new universe that I could have never have imagined, when I first started YouTube. I did YouTube just for fun because I was approaching 30. I was living with my parents. I didn't have a job. I was bored and no money. So I just kind of did it because there was nothing else to do. And all of a sudden, today I find myself doing what I've been dreaming of and more,
Yeah.
So absolutely no. I could have never imagined something like this could blossom.
Yeah. Now, Mikey, I will ask advice from you because
Yes.
my platform is on YouTube, and
Yes.
I'm just starting out, just a couple of months in. And maybe what is your advice for new content creators that are flocking to this platform, and how can we be successful?
Yeah. Well, the good thing about YouTube is it's constantly changing. So easy to think that those who have been on YouTube the longest have the advantage, but that's not true. The algorithm is always changing. The behavior of viewers on YouTube is always changing. So in effect, new YouTubers will come out of nowhere all the time. Just because we have a seniority, it doesn't mean we can always be on top. Like we YouTubers have to keep studying the platform and the behavior of watchers to stay on top. Like for example, maybe 4 years ago, the goal on YouTube in order to do well was to get your viewers to watch as long as possible. And anyone who could succeed at that formula did the best. YouTube would promote them the most on home pages, and you would get the push from the algorithm, they call it. But I think things are changing now. In the advent of TikTok, where now TikTok has a way to consume videos in short form. Before we used to binge watch Netflix, where we could sit and watch for a long period of time. But now I think because of TikTok, audiences now are starting to get used to quick form video. So us YouTubers have to learn to adapt to these changes in viewer behavior.
Yeah.
To do well. So as a new YouTuber, I think it's great. Just keep studying the behavior of your audience. Just watch the analytics, like study the analytics of every video you upload. It's actually a graph where you can see where the average amount of people click off and see what you did there, and don't do that again.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's true because me with my different content, you really observe and you see the behavior sometimes of what works and what you can improve on. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for the advice, Mikey. And so now that you've settled in the Philippines, Mikey, what do you love?
Yes.
In terms of way of life, what do you love the best?
Oh my gosh, so many things. First of all, the weather.
Yeah.
I like the weather here. It's so in it. It's beautiful. I feel like I'm on a working vacation still, even after living here for 9 years. And so I love the weather. I love the landscape. You know, it's so beautiful. The beaches of the Philippines. Of course, the people. I grew up around people who didn't look like me. Now I'm around Filipinos all the time. Nice. And yeah, it's just somehow, yeah, it's more fun here.
Yeah.
I guess that's the way to describe it. You know, a lot of people like to go abroad because, you know, it's the perfect life. But sometimes perfect is boring. I find like imperfect is sort of a bit more exciting, just a little bit more exciting. You know?
Yeah, that's true because maybe that realization comes when you think that life is perfect, you have nothing to strive for anymore, and at the same time,
yeah, it's so safe. Yeah,
it's safe.
Like when I mean, I love Canada, I love US, I love other countries, I love it. But somehow, since living here, I've gotten used to all the stimulation and, you know, like the intense flavors of the food and the sun, the heat, and, you know, everything is so extreme.
Yeah.
When you go abroad somehow, it like everything is so quiet. Everything is so like perfect angles. Everything is so perfectly measured.
Pero pang turista lang yun. Pang turista lang yun. But when you actually live it, it's a different thing. It's a different case.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Okay. So ngayon, your maybe life in ECQ, what's it like for you on what you do on a daily basis? How did you adjust? How are you adjusting now? Yeah, totally.
Well, because of the ECQ, I no longer can have my team here to help with production. So I'm doing everything now on all my channels. I'm editing for the Ants Canada channel, vlogging here on my own. We send our vlog footage to an editor, but that's it. And doing a lot of work now that my helper can't come over. So I have to do maintenance on my fish tank, my bird, which is up there, Ligaya, my parrot. She takes a lot of time for maintenance. So yeah, I'm very, very domesticated now.
Yeah. So wait, and keeping. So what's that like? I mean, it's very unusual for Filipinos to have ants as to be with you in the house. So I mean, tell us about that passion.
Yeah, well, it started in Canada. I've always been into insects, and so at the same time, as my comedy channel, I also started my ants channel, where it's just I'm keeping ants in an ant farm, like a little aquarium, and I film the lives of ants, and I narrate it in like, you know, a nature show, Nat Geo type voice.
The landscape or what? The place was completely devoid now of basil plants as they've dug them all up from the roots, leaving them no chance of survival.
And yeah, it just kind of went viral one day. And now it's bigger than my comedy channel.
Ano bang Mikey? Ano ang similarities ng humans and ants?
Oh, there are
Their
lots.
lives, yeah.
Yes, there are lots because ants and humans live in big cities with millions of members. Ants do too. And so they have to deal with the same problems we as humans do too. So, like, for example, ants have a garbage site. They don't just leave their garbage anywhere. They collect it, they deposit it in the garbage pile, and then, like other creatures, eat the garbage. So they take care of that. They also have a CR. The colony cannot just pee or poo anywhere. They go to the colony CR. There's this one room where they all pee and poo.
Talaga?
Yeah, and then bacteria and fungus break down their pee and poo biologically. They also have daycare. They organize the kids by age, so they do that too. Tapos, they have a graveyard. So when the ant is gonna die, it goes to the graveyard and dies there. Or the ants pick up the dead and bring it to the graveyard. They have to be very systematic so that clean because they live in big cities underground, right?
Correct.
So to
Wow.
control disease and they're
I
very
gotta
much.
check out that channel. Yeah.
You must. Oh,
I
it's
must. I
be
mean,
prepared.
ano ako doon sa CR, sa graveyard. Wow. So,
Yes.
very kumbaga talagang may system, sabi mo nga.
Yeah, they're very like people.
All right. So, I'm curious, during this
Yes.
ECQ, pardon me if I haven't really scrolled up yet. For this ECQ, have you written any maybe parody songs about life now?
Parodies, I've been thinking. Usually with the parodies, I wait for a hit song.
Yeah.
And then a trending topic. So I will match the two.
Yeah.
I'm still keeping my eye open for another parody. But now I feel like enjoying the home time while it lasts.
Yeah.
Being home base. Muna.
Relax muna.
Yeah.
Relax
Because usually we're always traveling and vlogging, and, always busy.
on the go. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, okay. Mikey, lastly, so I'll give you this chance to give a shout out, plug everything all of your projects. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I want to do a shout out to all Mabuhay Squad, AC family, all of those who followed me and supported me all these years. Thank you so much. And to Off the Record, be sure to like, comment, subscribe to Migs Bustos, my cousin.
My cousin, my relative, and syempre shout out na rin sa lahat ng mga Bustos all over the world. Not just in the Philippines, not just in Canada, everywhere. Hope everybody's safe.
Family.
Yes, sir, family. All right, thank you so much. There you have it. That is Mikey Bustos, of course, my special guest right here on Off the Record with Migs Bustos. And see you in the next episode.
Mabuhay, see you later heavyweighter, and Pacquiao for life!